Postgame with a much-deserved handshake and congratulations from Saluki Nation around him. Coach, congratulations. These wins are so hard to come by in this league. How'd your group get this one here tonight?
Well, we were I think the best thing we did was, after we lost the Valpo game that next morning, we just went and had brunch. And, we didn't watch any of the Valpo film, and then we came back and watched a little bit of Illinois State and went home. And, I just told them I really feel like the Valpo loss was my fault. A lot of times I say that just because but I really did. Like that was the toughest loss for me this year, and I think I was a little bit uptight. I made the players uptight. And so I just promised them, from here on out, I'm just going to be positive because either by this time I trust them or they're not going to get it done. And so I've got to relax and help them relax. We're good. Obviously, we shot the ball well tonight. We're much better when we're relaxed. We took care of the ball, 8 turnovers. That's been the bugaboo for us. We were, basically I turned the offense over to Tay and the defense, and I don't even coach anymore. I call out of bounds plays.
Coach Nagy, though, there was a really important part in the second half where there were multiple times throughout the second half where Illinois State could have gotten back into the game, where you kind of sense some momentum going away. I remember Drew Steffi at the line for 3 free throws. He missed his first 2, and immediately Jarrett Hensley from your bench goes, "You're good." The body language at times we have talked about with your team, your bench decorum, everything. How would you assess how it was tonight? Because for us, it looked like it was outstanding.
Yeah, I mean, it starts with me. I was relaxed today. I was in, I think maybe just the sunshine and weather warming up puts me in a good mood too. I heard the birds singing this morning. It was amazing. And so I was relaxed. I was in a good mood the whole day. I think that helps the team. But, we wanted this day to be about Jarrett. We really did. We wanted to leave him with a good memory, and we did that. We're super happy for him. We celebrated with him in the locker room. I wish I had more time with him. But he's meant a lot to us, and as we build this program, he'll be pretty special to us, staying here and helping us start it.
Coach, you may not know this specifically, might not remember it, but at 18:33 in the second half, there was a stoppage in play. Mayo had caught the ball on the left wing. Do you remember what you brought him over and gave him a message? Do you remember that message to him?
Oh, what they had done, because they obviously had the big kid on Jarrett, and he just couldn't get out on him. So they switched and they put the big kid on Mayo, and I just called him on and said, "You got to be the ball screener now, because they're not guarding you, and so you've got to be the guy screening on the ball." And because they're not going to switch with Walker. Walker was guarding him. They put Davis on Jarrett so that Jarrett couldn't get open, couldn't get those shots. And so I said, "Man, you got to think this through. You've got to be the guy setting ball screens now."
Well, he changed his game from there. About the next 5 possessions, 3 for sure, he went really hard to the lane. 1 in transition where he got the ball deep. There was a kick out and another pass for a 3, but every time he was going physical. Is that something else you talked to those guys about?
No, I think he just recognized I got a big kid on me, and I can either get an open shot, but I can also beat him off the bounce.
Yeah, he was doing great.
Yeah.
Drew Steffi to start the game. I mean, obviously him and Jarrett were huge. 4 threes for each of them in the first half. But again, it wasn't just like they were just chucking them up, Coach. I mean, it seemed like you were getting really good paint touches, really good ball movement to work for those shots.
Shot 30 free throws. We were downhill. I mean, Ollie was really downhill, like he was shot out of a cannon. But we got him in foul trouble in the second half, and I knew, I just told our guys, hey, they got 7 fouls. Let's get after them. Let's really drive the ball. Our guys did a great job of that. We need to shoot our free throw. That's probably the only thing, just shoot our free throws a little better. But we were, early in the game, we weren't rebounding. I mean, we had 1 rebound offensive rebound in the first half. We were down 16-10 at one point. We came back and out-rebounded by 1. But, Hawk did a great job switching the defenses up. Walker and Kinzinger are hard to guard. I think we did a pretty good job on them. They're a tremendous offensive team. They are. They're hard to guard, and so we did the best we could to change defenses and try to keep them off balance.
Everybody thinks this coaching thing's easy. I tried it for a few years. You've done it for a few, and you make decisions nothing is guaranteed.
No.
When you bring in the relief pitcher and he blows it. And, so with Kennard Davis, he picks up I'm not trying to lead because I got to watch my mouth too, but Kennard's fourth foul was a hard one. That was a tough one to take, but you have to take it. It's the one. Kelly Self had one on Kennard, and that was a tough one. We'll leave it at that one. But,
Kelly came down later. He's like, "Don't wave me off again." He's like, "I should have teed you." I said that was an easy call.
Oh.
And so obviously he has a better look at it than I do. I was just frustrated because the fouls were clearly in our favor, and then it was boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, and you've been around enough to know that's how it happened.
I know.
So my direction with this was the tough part is you got to have Kennard in this game, but when do you? How long do you set him? In your mind, on that situation, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to set him up for 2 minutes.
I don't.
Or is it just feel and you bring him back?
I don't know. I don't spend a lot of time worrying about that. I figure he's going to play the amount of minutes he's going to play it, because we talked about a halftime, and Javon wanted to know, do we go back with him? Like, yeah, go back with him and let him play. Let him play. He knows he can play hard without fouling, and there's always that accident that you can get a foul going for an offensive rebound or whatever, but he's going to play the minutes he's going to play. And so, he struggled in the first half. Holy cow, was he good in the second half.
and he made the threes with 4 fouls. And it's after a rhythm, and he's kind of playing on ice skates. I guess that was my point, just how proud you are of him for how he stood up and made clutch shots late when things weren't going his way.
Those two threes he hit were monster threes. Even one of the refs came over and said, those are 2 big shots.
Absolutely. Thought Jorge Moreno had a tough last minute of the first half.
Yeah, and he was frustrated coming out, and I just said, man, just forget about that minute. Put it behind you, and when you get your chance, he played great in the second half.
What did he do well in the second half?
Well, he stayed between Walker and the basket. He's a big body. I mean, Walker's probably a first-team All-League player. I mean, he just is, and they're so hard. Like you said, you got a plan. Our plan was to trap him, but he's a good passer, and they have good shooters. And we just felt like, at this point we got to go with him one-on-one for the most part, and Jorge's just got the body to bang with him.
You knew how.
But how about that block he had on Banks? Yeah. And I said, we're going 5, which means we're going to switch everything. I said, they're going to drive him, and it looked like he had a layup. Just a great play by Jorge.
It was tremendous. And what's it say about your team, too, Coach Nagy? We're early, Coach Reddick, throughout the scouting segments with Coach Watson, was talking about the importance of the trapping with Walker. And look, if he splits you and he gets a good look and a good pass, he can really make you pay. Early, he did, but didn't really deflate your guys throughout the game. How did you feel your group, regardless of whether it was good possession, bad possession, just kept stacking?
Yeah, it was better. We didn't cave and go, oh, here we go again. Because several of these losses we've had here lately, we've had the lead, and some of them decent leads. And Illinois State's a good offensive team. It's hard to put them away because of that. But our guys did a nice job, like Moo responding there. I thought Drew played really well. We just got good minutes from everybody that played.
You had 8 turnovers tonight, Coach. 68 possessions. That was good defense. You guys played great defense. They played really good defense.
Yeah. And that's been the difference. So I think, in those 4 losses, we just turned the ball over too much. I mean, when you look at the stats, like we're playing pretty good defense. We're rebounding the ball. We're just not taking care of the ball. And against these guys, you really have to because they'll, offensively, they're so good.
Coach, we got one more to go, but I have to ask you this question because this is something you haven't done yet. The Valley Tournament's a lot of fun, and it'll be your first experience. We got a big game coming up Sunday, so we're not working past that one. But what is your message to this fan base about staying with this team and being with them going all the way from whether Terre Haute or St. Louis?
Like our players, they know they can do it. I mean, we have some deficiencies. We have smaller margin for error than a lot of the teams, but we know we can beat anybody. I mean, we know we can. Early, we didn't feel like we could beat anybody, and then we went on that nice little run. And I mean, our players are in a way different spot. They're excited. But the thing is, there's probably 10 teams going into this thinking we can win this thing, and there's going to be one that does. And the first one is always the hardest to get, but you got a lot of teams bunched up there. Whoever we get, we know we can beat.
Coach, and I think it's a statement to the rest of the league as well that typically around this time, spring break is lurking, and there's a lot of teams that you can tell are kind of ready for spring break. I don't think there's a team in this league that's ready for spring break. Even Missouri State, who's 12th in the league, they're playing some of their best basketball here down the stretch.
Yeah, it'll be a great tournament. It'll be a great tournament. Somebody told me the other day, like the last 5 years, either the first or second team has won it every year, which, I mean, that shouldn't surprise anybody. But, in order for us to do this, we're not going to finish first or second.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Coach, congratulations. Enjoy this one, and thanks so much for the time.
Thanks.
Once again, it was head coach Scott Nagy. Join us here at Postgame. His comments were brought to you by Sam C. Mitchell. And